Hey, good afternoon. Hope everyone's doing well. So I put out a video yesterday on second baseman, and you can check that out if you want to kind of tiers players into a couple different categories of have fun and then some speculation, and then kind of Hall of Fame track, which might be best for a long term investment. And I left out my favorite player, the player that I wanted to focus the most on. And I did several versions of this, a couple different spreadsheets, and I did the video three times and just got lost in the shuffle. Something got deleted, and I didn't really notice it. I was just mostly trying to find a video that didn't make my face look too fat. No, I'm just but Ozzy Albies. This is my favorite player of the group, and I completely blew it. And really, I want to give you guys the best information that I can on this kind of stuff. So I've never made a mistake before, so I'm not sure how to go about doing this. Well, I've never made one that people have seen because I usually delete it, I suppose. Anyways, I got caught, so there it is. But Ozzy Albies, again, if you want to see the parameters of this one, go check out that other video. I won't bore you. I'm going to try to make this the shortest video I've ever had, so we'll see if I can do that here. But 23 years old, accumulated about 11 more. And what he needs to average, to age 35 to get to that hallowed 60 number for kind of Hall of Fame consideration is very, very low relative to everybody else. And what I noticed was that his prices he wasn't being priced as guys that are on track. Again, he's 23. A lot can happen as far as injuries and just forgetting how to throw, like my boy Chuck Knobloch. I mean, who knows? So a lot can happen. There's a lot of risk there, but the risk reward is very favorable to Ozzy Albies. He's being priced as these guys who they've got a lot more questions. I would say he's got a lot fewer questions than some of these guys here. So anyways, and he was also like one of the few players that had a card on card ladder at the second base position. I'm like, oh, I just couldn't have made a bigger mistake, guys, and I do apologize. So this is his Chrome card, and you can see that his price is really cheap forever. And they had the spike with everything else. I don't think there was a card that went down during this period here, but then it kind of corrected, and you've got this playoff bump here. But what I'm seeing overall in his paper kind of tracks this as well. They're not wildly different, but at that $40 level, there seems to be people that are pretty happy to buy it. And there's some selling that does take place in there as well. So you're right in the middle of that range. I would call it 30 to $50. And I think this is a good spot to buy Ozzy Albies. Get it raw for really cheap, no problem there. But if you want a high grade example, you think that he could be a key player down the road, especially on that Braves team, then I think getting a higher grade example probably makes some sense here. So Ozzy Albies, buy him. That was the strongest buy I could have had in the whole thing, and I blew it. So, anyways, for that, I'll give you a little bonus one here. So, in the playoffs here, a player that's probably benefited more than any other has been Mr. Randy Arozarena. And he doesn't have a lot of his base graded yet. That hasn't really come back. But his Chrome and his higher autograph and his other higher end cards have really gone nuts. I mean, things that you could get for $5-10 when it first came out is now going for 100-150 depending on here's the on card, here's something that's numbered. Just going kind of crazy. And I just want to throw a word of caution with Mr. Arozarena. He is a 25-year-old with a single WAR to his name. So for the long-term speculation, this has been a heck of a time. Congratulations. But for longer term, you need to be a little bit cautious, I think. So, during the regular season, he had a massive hot streak, to kind of finish things up. He hit, 281 for the year, the 306 BABIP, which is normal, pretty sustainable, but his isolated power is about 350. Striking out nearly 30% of the time. So pretty much anything he touched left the park for the most part. So have 7 home runs in 76 plate appearances, which is Babe Ruth level, a home run every 10 at bats. That's really kind of crazy. In the playoff, he's doubled down on that. So batting 400. 400 BABIP with a 362 average. So even if you just regress that to 300, take away a quarter of that, you're looking at that 280 average roughly. So right in there, top of my head math, whatever. Check it all you want, but it's a lot lower than that. With a still pretty solid K rate, but you can see some of the craziness here. So batted ball, his let's see where to go. Home run to fly ball ratio, 50% is insane. It's just half of the time he puts the ball in the air. So he puts the ball in the air, 30% of the time, and half of those leave the yard. Like, that's not even a thing. So I would just say a word of caution on, this is a massive hot streak. It can stay hot like during the season. But as far as like continuing that into next season is going to be ridiculously tough. So instead of buying his cards at these levels now, very much would recommend waiting till next year. Look for that regression, and if you're a big Arizona fan, then that's probably going to be a better time to start picking up his stuff as people start trying to lock in those profits as his performance declines. So he's just not sustainable at this point. So he could be completely awesome. Who knows? But I would say at least in the near term, the numbers don't really favor that at all. So again, collect what you like and have fun, but if we can keep you out of a little bit of trouble, try and do so. So, all right, that's what I got for you. I've got mail day tomorrow and third base next week, and I noticed when I downloaded the third base, there was like 20 names on it from Fangraphs, and it was missing like Bregman and Chris Bryant. It's like, oh boy. So, hopefully I don't leave off like Raffy Devers or something like that and have to do another one of these next week. So, all right, thanks for watching. Have a great rest of the day. Thank you.